Welcome, I'm Gretchen. This channel is all about my life in the Pacific Northwest with my French husband and our adorable little girl. While we love travel, we also really appreciate the simple pleasures of being at home. So if you like a good DIY project, cooking, and just taking the time to make your space feel like yours, then you're in the right space, and I hope you like following along with our adventures. Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well. It is a Friday evening when I'm starting this. I'm not sure why I start videos in the evening because the light, oh, let's go. It's my little one. The lighting's not always that great here in the evenings. Where are we going, baby girl? This is mom life. I'm getting dragged around everywhere. Look at that. Hold on. Okay, take two. That took long enough that I feel we are really losing the lighting. So I'm gonna dive in with what DIY project I'm going to try to do. We are going to attempt to give my dresser an upgrade. Yeah, honey? Aw, we skipped a nap today. If you know, you know. Okay, so here is what we are working with. Step back so you can kind of get the full view. This is my dresser. It is actually an antique sideboard, and I'm gonna say antique with an asterisk because I bought it from an antique shop, but I don't know anything about it. Like, I don't know what year it was supposedly built or what, so I don't know if it's actually antique or just like antique styled, so like antique in air quotes. Anyway, I got it for my old dining room at my old place. We had like a bay window-esque space and it fit in perfect, and it was great because we could display stuff and we had like servingware and, you know, traditional things for a sideboard. But when we moved in here, there wasn't any room or need for it in a dining room, and it got moved into the bedroom, and I actually really have grown to love it as my dresser. And it's like a dresser slash vanity, so I do have some clothes and bits and stuff like that. I also have this drawer is full of makeup and things, and I have this big old mirror, and I tend to stand here and do my makeup in the morning. The morning light is really nice and lovely for doing my makeup. Oh, did you find Mama's glasses? What's that? What's that?
Glasses.
Those are glasses. However, it has definitely seen better days. We have some damage with the paint in areas like here. Our cat used to scratch this in the middle of the night when she wanted me to wake up and open the door for her. So when you pull back, it actually isn't horrible, but yeah. You can hear my toddler playing. But as you can tell, there's definitely damage. So in addition to just fixing the paint damage, I've never really been in love with the hardware. It's just not really me. Don't come at me in the comments. I know some people probably love this stuff, but it's not really me, and it doesn't really fit the general aesthetic that we have with the rest of our furniture. So I've been toying for a really long time with replacing the hardware. So we got to do something about the paint, and I want to do something about the hardware. Okay, ooh, the lighting. There we go. Okay, it is 2 days later. I didn't pick up the camera yesterday, do any filming, and I didn't make any progress on this because I was solo parenting all Saturday. But today, I'm gonna crack on with this project, and I'm gonna show you where I am at. Okay, so here's what we're looking at the moment. I found these acrylic drawer pulls. Let's see if it'll focus on it. No? Yes, there we go. And I surprisingly really like them. I wasn't quite sure if that was a look that I really wanted to go for, but I kind of actually like them. They have really good weight to them. However, I couldn't get the corresponding longer pulls in the right hole dimension. They had them at 3 3/4, and I need 3 1/2. So I did find these, but they're not quite as good quality as the actual like knobs, which is a bummer. And so I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep them it's not really focusing on it. There, sure. I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep them or try something else. So I also picked up these, which also don't feel quite the quality that I want. They definitely feel very hollow and light, but they do kind of also go, it's hard to tell on camera, but I feel like this brass is just slightly too gold. This brass is just slightly too light to match perfectly with these ones. They're not right next to each other, so I'm not sure how noticeable it will be. And I can't really figure out which one I think is actually going to look the best. So my idea Friday night was to put some knobs on here. Obviously I need to take them off and paint stuff, but put some knobs on here and put these drawer pulls on and live with it for the weekend to see if one of them was like speaking to me more than the other. I was all contemplating putting all the knobs on and all the drawer pulls, like half one kind, half the other kind. But I ran into a problem that I don't actually have screws that are the right size for attaching these, and the screws that worked with these ones are just slightly too short, so I can't really attach them without getting new screws, so gonna have to solve that. Okay, so I have to make some final decisions on the hardware, but in the meantime, we're gonna crack on with the paint. What I did with the paint is take a drawer to Home Depot and have them do a color match, and I got like only a small thing of paint at the time because I thought I was just gonna be doing little bits of touch-up. However, here's what I'm thinking. I'm not sure how well it shows up on camera, but this is the little tester that I did from the color patch, and it's just slightly darker. And when I remove this handle here, you can actually kind of tell that the paint that we have from the color match matches the original paint. So the rest of this has obviously been exposed to sunlight over the years and is just a shade lighter. So it's not super obvious on camera, but it is obvious enough that I think if I just have all these like little small bits, that it's gonna make the whole thing look a little patchy. Also, all of this distressing was very popular at the time that I bought this piece of furniture. It was just a really in thing to do to make your furniture look older. And obviously I'm picking hardware that makes it look a little bit more modern, because every other piece of furniture that we have is a little bit of a more modern style. So I think the thing to do is going to be to just get rid of all the distressing, give everything a fresh coat of paint, and make it look a little bit more refreshed. Okay, so I just painted the top 3 smaller drawers to see how it looks, and they are dry now, and it's turning out really good. I'm really happy so far with the decision to just give it a fresh coat and get rid of the distressing. Hello. It is Monday late afternoon, and I'm getting back to this project, and the sun is actually shining today, so we have decent lighting for you to actually see the paint color. Let me show you where I left off. All of the smaller drawers are done being painted, and we even got screws on the correct size so that I could test out a drawer pull. That's the one I'm leaning towards at the moment. And yeah, here's things in better lighting. I think you can really tell, like, this is the clean one, this is old paint, new paint. You can really see the difference, even though it is the same color, just the new paint is obviously fresher, so it's showing up just slightly darker and obviously way less worn. So what I'm going to try to do today is empty these drawers out. We've also finished vacuuming out throughout everything, but clean these drawers out, which is going to be a pain because they have quite a bit of stuff in them. Finish taking the door handles off and get these lawn drawers painted. Then I'm also going to do these ones, and because this has a lot of damage from the old handle, they had these metal parts around them that really ate through the paint. I'm going to try sanding a bit more here to get that done.
On a Wednesday night at the same old spot, spending every dollar I got. 2, 3 shots won't leave one dry. and the jukebox on loud.
Okay, it's the next day. It's beautiful and sunny again. I finished up painting the front yesterday, so I got everything put back in and all the new knobs and handles on, and now it's time to tackle the top. I just did a light sanding in some places and cleaned it up, so it should be ready to paint our first coat of paint.
She just wanna party all night. We be two-stepping in the back of the dive. I've been down and Jack all night, tending to my keys, cause I know
It's a little bit later. I just finished putting the second coat of paint on. It looks really shiny because it's wet and it's drying. But I will let this dry for the rest of the afternoon. Probably just let it dry overnight just to really make sure that it's good and dry. And then we can restyle the top and the whole project will be done.
going up north where the roads ain't one, stars ain't hard to find. Bottle of the best and you by my side, that's my peace of mind. And even on the cold day, she just wanna roll with me. From the bar to the stool all night, just you and I, two-stepping in a dive bar. Two-stepping in a dive bar. Two-stepping in a dive bar. Two-stepping, and I don't give a hoot unless it's you stepping. Then these boots were made for dancing, baby, jukebox playing. You and me singing, phone on silent, let it keep ringing. And I'm standing up on this bar, got us feeling like stars. We ain't going too far till the lights come on, we'll be dancing till dawn. Two-stepping, and I don't give a hoot unless it's you stepping. Then these boots were made for dancing, baby, take my hand.
Okay, it is the next day. I wanted to finish this video last night, but I had too many other things that I needed to get done. We were running too close to toddler dinner time, and the lighting really wasn't really that good for being able to see the color properly. So I decided I would wait and finish it off today. It's not sunny. I was hoping the lighting would be a little bit better. It's a pretty dreary day, but it is a lot better than it was last night for being able to see the color. So I'm gonna quickly just walk through how the project went, what I like, and a little bit about how I styled the top. I'm so glad that I decided to keep the original color. This is, I think, technically just a hair darker than it was, but I loved the richness, that deep blue of the original, and I just feel really happy that I decided to keep it. At one point I had been considering changing the color, but I'm really glad that I didn't. Two, I'm also so happy that I decided to get rid of the distressed look. I just think having it all one color and getting rid of the distressing makes it look very clean. It makes it feel very new. Very happy with the knobs. So I got these little knobs for here and these acrylic ones for drawer pulls for up here. And I wasn't sold on the acrylic at first. It's not something that I've really been drawn to before, but I actually do really love how this turns out and how it looks. I've always had a mirror in this space. When I first moved in, I had a much smaller mirror that was like a little rectangle one with like a black kind of picture-y frame around it. And then a few years back, I switched out to this one. It is very big. I secure it to the wall just to make sure that if something happens, like, I don't know, an accident or an earthquake or my toddler messing around, it's not going to fall over and cause mayhem. But I liked that it was, one, huge, and two, rounded up at the top. There's those anthropology ones that I feel like people have all the time. I see them in so many people's videos and I like them, but that brass and the detailing at the top just didn't really feel authentic to our style. So I really liked this one because it was a little bit more stripped back. It was just black, and then I have been loving putting garlands around it. I started doing this seasonal for like fall and winter, and then this year I decided to put this one on. It is like a faux eucalyptus-y type garland. I actually have two of them wrapped there with some twinkle lights, and each of the garlands has built-in lights and then the twinkle lights, and I have them all staggered. So starting at a certain time in the afternoon, they will all turn on at different times and then stay on throughout the night. So there's some one point where they're all on, but mostly it's just kind of staggered, so I get a little bit of that twinkly light longer. Recent add-on is this lamp. I really like it. It is really simple, but it just kind of adds really nice ambiance, particularly in the evening. So I like having my lamp on here. I always keep a little thing of trinkets. Usually this is mostly like my current perfumes. I love scents and I have so many of them, but I tend to switch them up for the season. So whatever I'm currently wearing the most, I tend to wear. This is one I recently got for my birthday. The Arden Cedar Violet is really nice. It's a go-to of mine at the moment. And then I've been using this one on my hair as a hair mist. Oh, is it gonna focus? There you go. And I kind of fell in love with it because I tend to spray it on my hair in the evening when I pull it up before sleeping, and then in the morning when I take my hair down, I get a nice whiff of vanilla. Then I always have a little dish here for small things, and then some seasonal decor. I love having fresh flowers when I can. And then I have photos. I have another framed photo that I tend to put here of my daughter, but since we're trying to keep her face off of social media, I don't have that out at the moment for this video. And then a stack of books. I really love this one. For the most part, that's what I keep on the top of my dresser. I change out some things for the seasons. I tend to change up here for the seasons, and of course the types of flowers and things like that. But for the most part, these are most of the things that tend to be out here. They're things that I use frequently, they're things that I like looking at, and I still have lots of open space on here, which helps the room feel clean. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end of this video, I hope you liked it, that maybe you found it helpful, or you are inspired to fix up a piece of your own furniture and give it new life. If you are into this type of content, DIYs, decorating, home tours, vloggy stuff, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss my next video. I'll see you then. Bye.
Drinks get low, then we'll get some more. Going up north with a rosé wine. Stars ain't hard to find. Pile of the best and you by my side. That's my peace of mind. We been on the go day. She just wanna roll with me. From the bar to the stool all night. Just you and I. Two-stepping in a dive bar. Yeah. Two-stepping in a dive bar.